What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid, give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what is happening with it, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Lucid is up 7.59%, 299 the low, 331 the high. So there's basically two things that is really helping Lucid today. One of which is Rivian. So Rivian did come out with their Q4 numbers and they were better than anticipated, both on a year-over-year and just the quarterly basis. And in general, a lot of the broader market likes to compare obviously whatever happens to Tesla, good, bad, and the ugly, trickles down to other EVs, but a lot of people like to compare Lucid and Rivian as far as production. So essentially Rivian, which is up now 24% for the most part, is really helping Lucid. So that was kind of point number one, gave it a nice little boost higher. And then secondly though, what is helping Lucid and just the broader market is manufacturing. So that came in at 49.3, forecast is 48.5. So 50 is that magic number. Anything above that shows more of an expansion within the broader market. Flip side, anything below that shows more of a contraction. The reports somewhere around, like, I think it was like summer-ish, the low was around 45 or 46. So it is moving in the right direction, showing that the market is improving. And plus, we kind of knew that generally based on a lot of the data points, but market is absolutely loving this. So this is why a lot of stocks are essentially moving higher, but no actual news associated to Lucid itself. So it's just piggybacking off of kind of other points, all in all. But only thing that I guess really wanted to bring up that's relatively new was this. So Lucid posted this plus one extra special delivery. This was actually posted a couple days back, so my apologies. But Peter did actually state that he's going to be getting one. He said that, I think, in the Barclays fireside chat, and lo and behold, looks like he took possession of it, and he has 2 dogs and a wife and all the other fun jazz. So yeah, good stuff. Nothing really wrong or negative to say about that whatsoever. Shorts though, they're very much wanting to keep on suppressing Lucid. It's not really working out all that well today, but 1.76 million shares are being increased right now. 22.69% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 270.32 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 1.03, utilization is 76.52. So shorts unfortunately have been just lingering quite a lot with Lucid for whatever reason. I think they're just doubtful, or I'm not really sure. They're just wanting to kind of suppress Lucid still, but as you can kind of see, they have been just lingering unnecessarily around. So maybe they are anticipating negative data for Lucid, and then that could prompt a pullback. Again, I don't feasibly see Lucid missing on their annual targets, nor even their quarterly. So I think it should be a pretty big success. One thing that shorts most likely will be trying to look for is if there is more produced than delivered, just to insinuate maybe there is a demand issue or something. That's the only thing I can think of why they are still lingering around. But what do I know, right? Aside from that though, moving over to options, 1.02 million in calls, 282,000 in puts. 54% of all the options being done are optimistic in nature. So a lot of optimism still based on this right here. So the call options that are being purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be above roughly 350/4. So more of a resurgent optimism. The last couple days has been somewhat brutal for Lucid, but bears are anticipating for it to be sub $3. So still a little bit more upside versus down. These are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So you see the string of buying that is buying due to manufacturing data, and then you have some other buys right here. So pretty good stuff, all in all. Then you had some selling right here pretty much straight out the gate, but aside from that, I think just algos are still on Lucid's side. So I'm going to go over the technicals in a second to kind of show that, but with it at $3.26, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 319 is going to be a strong support, followed by 301, and then flip side 337, 349, and then 367 is going to be the next strong target slash resistance points for Lucid. So I think on a technical basis, it's moving higher. I think historically Lucid always does have the same earnings, roughly, give or take, one or plus minus 1 day from Rivian. So Rivian announced their earnings for February the 20th, so it is fair that Lucid's going to do the same for the most part. So that's kind of a benchmark for you to take note of. Aside from that, though, historically Lucid does unveil their numbers, I believe it is in the late second week of January, if not third week. So as far as some expectations, don't anticipate them to put it out today. Maybe late next week, if not the following week. So that's just again some expectations. But on the actual chart itself, not really much negative things to say. It was kind of showing some signs that it wanted to break, but luckily enough, because of Rivian and just the level of buying, it is now once again above that ALMA. So watch for that. So that's at $3.11. And then aside from that, it's above all the key pivotal moving averages that I generally like to look at. And with the recent consolidation and I guess volatility over the last couple of trading days, you have the stochastic RSI starting to reset. So again, I think generally a lot of good things. No new analyst ratings. So hopefully with Lucid unveiling their numbers, you'll have some good ratings coming out. Rivian already got one straight out the gate from their numbers from today. So hopefully more will come from that, and then that'll be more of an expectation for Lucid. Because yeah, I think right now analysts are starting to not fall out of love with Lucid, but when Lucid was in like the 30s, there was like 20 ratings on it and analysts were very much all over Lucid. Now you're lucky to get like 5 or 6 from their earnings. So hopefully again, Lucid kicks ass, and that way it'll get a lot more market attention, because I think based on the technology, it is deserving of higher prices. But again, what do I know? Let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon where I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers, so pop over there and take a look. Link in the description below and also comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.